Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Desiree, and we are going to create with a 3D embossing folder. But what's really cool, oh, and it's by Spellbinders, but what's really cool is it also cuts. Now, we've seen these before where they cut out an image. Recently, that's what we have, where images and sections are cut out, or certain areas before when they first came out were cut out. This one actually has a separate die that just nestles itself right into an area on one side of the embossing folder. Now, since this is from Spellbinders, it's the same nice size. That's great for not only standard A2 cards, but also your slimline cards or your 5x7s. And you can see it's not moving once it gets into that nook. You can tape it down just slightly on the sides as long as your cardstock does not go edge to edge. But it will not move. I used this in both ways when I ran it through my Spellbinders Platinum 6 with the correct sandwich. So you can choose how you would want to get that die inset. I do like the fact that the die is separate. It's not built into the excuse me, the embossing folder. So we've got a 3D embossing folder plus a die. Now this section here of the video, I'm keeping this in regular speed. Okay, so that you can see how I'm positioning this. I've got my die set into the location. I'm using my grid mat, and I have a piece of cardstock. We're going to be making a 5x7 card. So I've cut this cardstock to be 4 3/4, and I kept it the width of our cardstock, which is 8.5. I will be trimming this down. You can see on the sides where there's no impression for the embossing folder, I'm putting a small piece of tape just to make sure that it stays. And then I'm going to have this overhang tab coming out. And you can see, again, I'm lining this up using my grid mat. So it's good that we can see through it when we do this. Once I have that set, I'm going to drop the folder closed, and I'm going to make sure that I hold that so that the cardstock does not shift. I want that to stay flat. I have the platform system, and I'm going to follow what the sandwich calls for. So it is the A platform base, no B, your embossing folder, and the D. And when we set our embossing folder, I like to put a little bit of an angle and then set it back from the edge. And you should have no problems running that through. It gives you a beautiful poinsettia image. And you have this top and bottom piece. Now, when I saw that, I immediately thought of an envelope. One of those security envelopes. And that's what we're going to create on the front. I have 2 pieces of gold cardstock. I'm going to use a hand punch and just punch out a couple circles. And I'm going to run them through the with the embossing folder as well, making sure that the imprint comes up through the back of the gold cardstock. I want to create tabs to wrap a string around. So I'm just using a smaller hand punch, and I'm going to layer 5 of these together. So I'm creating my own little chipboard piece, like we do with our sentiments. So each one will have 5. Once I have these together, I'm then going to get them placed on the gold discs that I have cut. Now you can use smaller ones. I just went with a larger size. I'm also going to take care of cutting, using my hand punch for some tags. And me, I'm just having a problem. So yeah, because it's me. It's always operator. So I'm cutting 3 of those and again, creating a chipboard piece. Again, if you have a die for your circles, you can use that to do the same thing. If you have a die for your tags, you can do the same thing with that die. Hand punches are just quicker sometimes. I've pulled out my vintage photo and I'm going to go around the craft base that's going to go on our 5x7 card. This has been cut to be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And I'm going to go heavy-handed, as I always do, with the vintage photo to go around that edge. And you can see I'm just going to have an extremely small border going around this piece. I'm going to trim it down. I thought that top cut edge was a little bit too high. And I will cut that down again. You'll see me do that. I'm going to take this top piece, and because I had the cardstock hanging out, I've got a straight edge already, and I'm going to come in with my stylus and just score down that edge and then fold over, excuse me, fold over that flap. I'll come in with my paper creaser and just give that a firm crease, and I'm going to bend it back and forth just so that paper will have movement. I'm going to come in with some double-sided tape that's 1/8 of an inch thick, and I'm going to adhere that onto the top. And I'm just placing that bottom piece first. Here's where I'm taking a little bit more off. And I want to make sure that these 2 pieces line up, but still have the same border. I'm going to come in with my vintage photo first along the top, just very lightly, not putting any pressure down, just letting that blending foam glide across the top of the embossed image to make those poinsettias and berries and vines to really pop up. You don't have to do this, or you could use white pigment ink, whatever you would prefer. Some do think that the vintage photo makes things look dirty. And I said that with quotes, with air quotes, like you could see me. I just love the effect of vintage photo, and I love the effect of vintage photo on all colors. Every color in the rainbow, from pink to gray. I won't say black because it really doesn't show up on black cardstock. Now that I have all of my pieces inked, I'm going to grab a piece of string and I'm going to put a little bit of glue behind one of the gold medallions there. And I'm going to sandwich that in between one of the chipboard pieces we made and the gold embossed disc. So one will have the string, one will not. And what the smaller disc does is I'm able to wrap a string around it. And it'll just stay tucked in behind the gold medallion. I pulled in a sentiment that I had from when I was glimmering with a set that I have in a little container on my desk here. And I'm going to grab that and put that on top of the tag. I am okay. I like the look of this image coming off the edge. If you're not, you can certainly use a sentiment that will fit directly onto that tag. I'm going to glue my mat down first onto my 5x7 card base. Get that set. And I'm going to use some of our gilding, our liquid gold here. Yep, totally lost my train of thought of what it's called. I like to put a little bit down onto a slick surface and use my finger to apply it to the edge. This stuff is great. The shine that you get when it's heat set is amazing. The more you put down, the better result you will get. That's my opinion. So even if you put a light amount, it's okay as well. you'll still get some effects, but not as much shine as when there's a lot, because as you're heating it, it bubbles and it really activates it. Again, just using my finger, going along the poinsettias, making sure that there's more in the center of them coming out and hitting some of those berries. So now we're going to heat set it, and you can see how bright it just comes up. And yes, use tweezers for a small piece, like I'm going to finally do here. Let's not burn ourselves. Crafting should not be a dangerous thing to do, but I always seem to make it one. And you can see just the difference of how this just comes to life when you heat set them. All right, so we have it around our tag, and now we have it on our file folder that we're kind of creating. I've pulled off the release paper. We're going to add some glue, and we're going to adhere it to the top. Again, making sure I have the same mat as I do below. I'm going to fold that up so that it's not in my way, and I'm only going to put glue on 3 sides of this panel, the lower panel. Once I have that down, I'm going to quick take the top, push that down as well to make sure that it's even. Once I know that is adhered, I'm going to go back to the tag and get my sentiment attached on that as well, because I want to get that tucked into the folder below. Now, you could certainly use this to go on the top, but I actually want it to come from the bottom opening underneath that flap. So I'm just going to add a little bit of twine, knot it up at the top, and then I apologize. For some reason, I did not film how I attached this, but I actually put a hole up in there and threaded it through that area. So we're going to get set our medallions. I'm going to have one at the top on the flap, and I'm going to have another coming from on the bottom part as well. And here I'm just adding another knot so that it's not hanging down so low. And again, that won't get in the way of putting any papers or little notes or other tags in there when you slide other items in. I'm placing the other medallion a little lower so that that tag will swing against it, and it'll stay to the right of the card. And now I can just take my twine and wrap it around just a couple times, and then finally trim off the excess. Now you can add a gem to the bottom of that to decorate it, but I think this is a neat way to use your supplies to stretch them. When it comes to what you have in your stash, you've created a little tiny secret pocket on the front of your card. So you could tuck a gift card in there. You could tuck some money in there. You could, have a lot of fun and then have your message on the inside of your card. So this could be that card/gift, or it could be that last minute gift for somebody when it comes to the holidays. I do like the interactive when it comes to our cards, so that tag is going to swing back and forth, and it just gives it a vintage vibe when it comes to this project. So as always, I hope you enjoyed today's project featuring the 3D cut emboss by Spellbinders. Hope I gave you some ideas. The product that I used will be listed down below in the video description. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Enjoy the process of creating your art. Have fun with it. Learn something new. Try different things, but do what you would like to do. Okay? Most of all, though, remember what is most important. Always be creative, guys, and I will be talking to you in the next one. Till then, take care.